So I ended up getting some packages dropped off. And I saw North American Trapper was having a sale on his chain extensions, so I just went ahead and was like, I can buy these pretty damn cheap, and actually he had a really good deal. So I went ahead and snagged several dozen from him. Appreciate the special, and I'll put them to good use. But yeah, they already came with slides on them. I don't know if I really want the slides, but we'll figure something out with them. Thursday, August 22nd, and finishing up the silage. So out there cutting. I also got this Vivo. That is just a sausage stuffer. It holds 3 gallons, 24 pounds. So throughout the little course of my bait making and lure making existence, I've been trying to upgrade everything. So I upgraded my grinder. Well, now gotten to the point where I'm filling a lot of orders, and I need to get a more efficient way of getting the bait into the containers with less mess, less waste, less runoff, because I was just scooping it out and manually putting it in by hand. I will still be manually doing it, but now I've got that sausage stuffer, and it has a tiltable barrel chamber on it. So what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to tilt that out, stuff that full really, really quick because of the large opening of that barrel container, and then it'll feed down. I'll put a plate on it with a gasket, and then I'll have a manual pump where I can manually compress that meat and push it out the tube to fill my containers. I think that's going to be a hell of a lot more efficient and a hell of a lot saves me a hell of a lot more time, especially if the wife starts helping me a lot more. So still kind of considering taking on someone to help me part-time with doing that, the order filling and everything, but I think we'll be all right for now. Oh man, didn't even get like a thank you, kiss my ass, bag of dicks or nothing in this package, but everything's here. I'm just kidding, buddy, I don't care. You have to make sure that you tell people you're kidding now, because if you don't, they assume you're just being an asshole. So I ended up getting these made up. So with me buying a couple dozens of those, well, I think there's like 8 dozen. Let me save on the roll that I have. I think this is like a 500 foot. I think it'll let me save that, and then I can start making these little extensions, as well as finishing up some of these toggles too. I'm gonna go ahead and get one of these done real quick for you. Then what we'll do is we'll take that down. Just cutting those S hooks, those welded S hooks off right now. Get that, and then I'll be able to use that for some extension. I typically do all my J hooks with one of these. All right, now you're ready to put your end on. But first, let's take the bullet that we just got. You just slap your double ferro on, slide your bullet on, and make your loop. It's really pretty self-explanatory. So really the only other thing I'd want to do is just switch out this number 3 chain to twist link chain. For just the standards, I probably won't. I only have, I think, 7 or 8 dozen of these. I'll just keep them like that. Eventually, after I do all the wire levers, I'll switch these over. But I want to make sure all my wire levers are done first. But it would eventually, when it's all said and done, resemble that. 1 swivel, 2 swivel, 3 swivel, 4 swivel. So plenty legal. Guys tend to think that this mechanism as a whole is a swivel, but that's not the case, because as you can see, you can grab that and that swivels, and vice versa. You could grab the box here and then the distal portion would swivel. This is just the box or the hub. These are your actual swivels, the J-hooks. 4 swiveling points, and then number 2 twist link. It actually surprisingly cuts down the weight a decent percentage. And then going to the number 2, just a few links, and then the cable has also helped with the weight. So this trap right now, as is, if I put it on a scale, would probably be right at 2.9 to 3.1 pounds, roughly. So not bad, but when you start thinking I'm going to take 100 of these, well, that's 300 pounds. Something to think about, especially when you're going out of state. If I had my druthers, I would probably go with a wired lever round jaw of like a number 3 style, like a Duke number 3. Oh man, that'd be sweet if Duke made a number 3 with a wire lever and a dogless pan. Ooh, inset just below the jaws. Ooh, 4-coiled, ready to rock and roll. Man, that'd be a sweet ass trap. Okay, so you're probably wondering what the hell is there a bobcat in that thumbnail? Well, the reason is, so those extensions that I'm getting, I'm kind of thinking about maybe going to New Mexico and getting on the river. I do have maybe a connection, and going out there for about a week and then potentially trying to see how many bobcats I can catch. But it's also going to be a huge learning curve for me because I've caught some decent numbers here in Ohio. For what we have, but I've never been out there, so I have no idea. And it's going to be a huge thing if this ends up panning out. So, hey man, stay tuned.